Got some ripe bananas at home? Don't know what to do with them? And don't wanna eat them? I got the solution for you! Let's make banana bread! This recipe is so simple and yet always hits the spot. Even I remember some time ago I was dating this guy and I gave some banana bread to him and then he gave it to his dad. And the dad said right after trying it, "You should marry this girl." So I'm not sure if the dad was just trying to send compliments my way or if he actually liked this recipe that much. But I'll take it. So why don't you find out by yourself if this recipe can make you more marriageable? Or as well, marriageable, adjective to describe someone fit, suitable, or attractive for marriage, in case you didn't know. To your significant other's parents. Let's go! First thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which translates to 190 Celsius. Then, we're going to peel and cut the bananas. I prefer to use the ripe ones because it's easier to mash and they provide more flavor to the bread. But you could totally use the regular ones. In a large bowl, we're going to mash them with a fork until we get a puree. The way you can see I'm doing right now. Then, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We're going to crack an egg into the mix and we're going to mix it in nicely until it's all blended together. Then, we're going to add the melted butter and we're going to stir again. Next, we're going to add the dry ingredients, starting with the baking soda, followed by the baking powder and salt. We're going to stir until they have blended in with the whole mix. Then, we're going to add the flour and mix it in again until it integrates with the rest of the ingredients. Then, we add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and keep it stirring. Oops, I almost forget the cinnamon. But here it is. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon into the mix. You could also add it when you're adding the dry ingredients, but it doesn't really matter. Next, we're going to add the chocolate chips. So, you can add the regular ones that they sell at the stores, but because I happen to have dark chocolate bars at the moment, I thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to make my own. So for that, I'm going to break them and chop them just to obtain a similar size to the regular chocolate chips. Then, I'm going to add them into the mix and stir. So at this point, you can improvise according to your taste. You could replace the chocolate chips with chopped nuts or raisins. I'm not really liking this last option, but that's just my personal taste. And you would have to add about a cup of them as well. Or you can do what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to do half a cup of chocolate chips and half a cup of chopped walnuts because that's my favorite proportion. But you can do according to your liking. Or you can even choose not to add anything at all. It's always up to you. We're going to mix and blend them in. We're going to grease our loaf pan. Ideally, you would use butter on a brush, but if you don't have either, you could either replace the butter with margarine or something else fatty, coconut oil, or anything in the same line. And to replace the brush, you could grab some parchment paper or tinfoil or plastic film and grab a chunk of butter and grease it, rubbing it with your fingers. I like to flour the pan after greasing it because I find that cakes unstick easier that way when they are ready. And I also probably like doing this extra step because that's the way my mom used to do it, and you know that always stays with you. We're going to pour the bread mix into the pan and we're going to even it out. We're going to place it in the oven for about 45 minutes or until it's cooked. To check if it's cooked, we can insert a knife in the middle, and if it comes out completely clean, then it is ready. Oh, but this one is not ready yet, as you can see, so let's put it back. Also, don't mistake the raw dough with the melted chocolate. It has happened to me before that I thought it wasn't cooked, but it turned out it was just the melted chocolate chips coming out stuck in the knife, and I thought it wasn't ready, but it was. And let's check again. Oh, okay. Now it looks ready. I prefer to let it sit for at least 5 minutes before unmolding it because it's going to be easier with a cooler temperature and a bread with more firm texture. We're going to unmold it and voila! Our banana bread is ready. Now we're going to cut it to see the texture. Yeah, it's looking moist. And, of course, eating time for Sunny. Oh, what do we got here? Slice or loaf? Of course, loaf. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm still marriageable. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share the video if you liked it. And hope your in-laws like it too.